Welcome to Bleacher Banter, where we gossip and banter about whatever we want in the world of sports. I'm going to be your host, Holden Sampson, and I am alongside Natalie and Kaylee. Natalie, tell me about yourself, just a little bit.
My name is Natalie. I'm a junior at University of Central Missouri. Happy to be here. What about you, Kaylee?
I'm Kaylee. I am also a junior here at the University of Central Missouri, and my major is public relations with a minor in sports communications.
Cool. And for me, I am a sophomore here at the University of Central Missouri. I am majoring in digital media productions with an emphasis of sports reporting and broadcasting. My favorite team is the Cubs. I am a diehard Cubs fan. Good. All right. So we will be right back after this short message, and once we come back, we are going to dive into our first topic, which is going to be about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
The highest recognition for the highest performing student athlete, given to the top female and male student athlete for their impact on and off the playing field, from the top NCAA Division II athletic conference in the country. Follow your favorite teams all year long and tune in this June to see who takes home this prestigious honor. MIAA Ken B. Jones Award presented by Summit Point Financial Group.
Come on down to Bodie's on Pine and experience a Warrensburg staple. Need a break from the stress of papers and exams? We have dancing and live music from some of the hottest bands in the area. Want to showcase your hidden musical talents? We have karaoke with a $4 Wells every Wednesday night. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 7 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Also come see us for all of your fraternity and sorority parties or socials or casual get-togethers. Bodie's has been a staple in Warrensburg since 1976. That's Bodie's at 126 West Pine Street in downtown Warrensburg.
Heroes Restaurant and Pub is a local legend that has been serving Warrensburg since 1981. Come enjoy one of our award-winning burgers or everybody's favorite, Heroes Onion Rings. Whether it's lunch or a night out with friends, satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering food and refreshing beverages. Check out our daily happy hour and nightly drink specials, and of course, the unknown hero. There is a great experience waiting for you at Heroes Restaurant and Pub, 107 West Pine Street in historic downtown Warrensburg.
Is there anything more important than your family's safety? Hi, this is Casey Lund from Collision Leaders. Cars and trucks today are manufactured differently, and not all body shops are certified to repair them properly. We've invested in your family's safety with the latest in cutting-edge technology and training. Go to any of our locations in Higginsville, Grain Valley, Odessa, Sedalia, Warrensburg, and our newest location in Marshall. Now with 6 locations, we can best serve West Central Missouri. Call Collision Leaders today in any market, or visit us online at collisionleaders.com, the crown of quality.
Welcome back, guys. We are going to jump back into our first topic of today, and we're going to be talking about the hottest headline in sports, basically, and that's going to be Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship. So to start off, what are your guys' thoughts on this relationship between the star football player and the very well-known Grammy Award winner?
I don't know, at first I didn't like it just because it took a little too much time away from the actual game, but now I'm kind of like settling into it, so I'm like, okay, this is cool.
I was the exact same way. Like when it first like became like a thing, I really didn't like it because I don't know, I'm not really personally a Taylor Swift fan, so like seeing all the media coverage on just Taylor Swift alone, I was just like, I wasn't really a fan. But the more that I watched their relationship like develop, like over like social media and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, like this isn't really as bad as I thought. What do you think, Natalie?
Yeah, I agree. In the beginning, I was like, I don't care. But then I started thinking about like Kansas City, and I was like, oh, this is fun because she's like in Kansas City a lot more. So I just think about myself in Kansas City. I'm like, yo, Taylor's seeing this stuff right now. And I'm like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't mind.
You don't mind? You don't mind at all?
No.
Are you a Swiftie?
Not at all. So.
Are you a Swiftie?
No.
No? Okay. Do you guys think that because of their relationship, it boosts like the NFL's audience to people who don't particularly watch football?
Yes, because Taylor Swift's fandom is so huge, and half of those people don't watch football. So they're all tuning in for the NFL, boosting their money, and even for all the Chiefs games, that's a whole bunch of money for the NFL, so it's a whole bunch of stuff coming through.
Yeah, I agree. There's like already Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs merch coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, whoa, guys, Like they've been dating for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I do think it's gonna bring a lot more viewers.
Yeah, I know someone who works at Dick's Sporting Goods, and she said that there's like an entire row just filled with Taylor Swift merch, and it's like the NFL logo on a long sleeve T-shirt, and in the middle of it, it says Taylor's version, which I think that's kind of funny. And because of the the press of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, the NFL shop saw a 400% increase in Travis Kelce's jersey, which, excuse me.
I heard that.
Which is kind of bizarre in the idea that Travis Kelce's jerseys were already getting sold like a tremendous amount, and because of Taylor Swift, like he's making more bank because of that. And you know, both the PR teams, they're eating all of this up. I think regardless of this relationship, though, we know that Taylor's going to be dropping some fire music. You know, like she's going to be saying like he touched down my heart, so something along those lines.
Yeah,
so I expect
definitely referencing.
Yeah, I expect some fire music from Taylor Swift coming out regardless.
Yeah, hopefully they're love songs though, not breakups.
Not breakup songs. Yeah,
because then the Swifties are going to come for Travis Kelce's life.
Oh yeah,
it's also going to come
point.
for the Chiefs' lives too.
Good point.
You know, we're playing with fire right now.
We really are.
Dangerous fire. Yeah. So speaking of A-list celebrities and athlete couples, do you guys know of any other celeb couples that you can think of off the top of your head?
The only one that came to my mind was Shakira and Piqué, but they were never like married. But it was like the only one my family talked about, and it was like interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
So Hannah Ann from the Pilot Pete episode of Bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
So she is engaged to the Miami's Dolphins. One of their players, Jake Funk, and then also Vanessa Hudgens, is married to a baseball player, like a Pirates baseball player, like Cole Tucker.
Yeah, he plays for the Rockies, I think.
Yeah, and I think they recently got married, like in the last 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. It wasn't as like covered as like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, but it was like all over the MLB's Instagram feed for like an entire day. Couple I can think of are Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker, and apparently there's like a Kardashian and Jenner curse where if an athlete have you heard of that?
No.
Oh, so it's basically any Kardashian or Jenner who dates a professional athlete, like their careers aren't the same, and it's kind of like the Kardashians and the Jenners just like curse that like specific player. You know what I mean?
Like they start playing bad?
Yeah, they start playing bad. So like Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker, they were dating for like a very long time, and then they broke up very shortly before Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns reached the NBA Finals, and they were up 2-0. They were like leading the finals, and then I think the Warriors were or I can't remember exactly who were playing the Phoenix Suns, but they came back and they beat the Suns in the finals. So he was like kind of cursed from that. So another one I can think of is Alex Rodriguez and J-Lo. They were together for a very long time. He played for the Yankees for like a very long time back in like the early 2000s.
New Yorker.
Yeah, New Yorker. And then another one I can think of is Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens, and he plays for the Packers. I don't really know what.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really know what position he plays. But
wait, and they're married now?
Yeah, they're married now. So, all right. So, moving on from celeb couples, we are going to be talking about Super Bowl halftime shows. And first off, what do you think should be incorporated in a Super Bowl halftime show?
I think it has to be like songs that are catered to like a wide age range that like a lot of people know. And it could be like super flashy and just like, because there's so much space to fill up and stuff. So if you can incorporate like a cool set, that would just like make everything like visually pleasing. That would make a good halftime show.
Yeah.
Like when Rihanna was up in the air.
Yeah.
We're like, whoa, guys.
I agree with that. What do you think?
I also agree. Something flashy and something big that we all are going to remember for like a very long time. Something that will just get put into the books and something that we're all mostly familiar with. I can go from the older generations to the younger generations.
Yeah. And so like the Super Bowl halftime show, it's such a big aspect of not only pop culture but sports in the same time, because so many people tune in for not just the Super Bowl but for the halftime show as well. And that's like I I lost my train of thought.
The halftime show is the only reason I tune in. I actually do not care about football. And
Honestly,
like
same.
I care for like the first 10 minutes before the halftime show and the first 5 minutes after the halftime show. Gameplay. And then I'm like, okay, that was fun.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I respect that. Super Bowl is not for everyone. Even when the Chiefs are in it, you don't care?
No. I watched one Chiefs Super Bowl and it was probably the one that they won the
Yeah.
first time. And then
You just don't care anymore.
they
Been
did
there,
it.
done that.
Yeah. Run it back though. Run it back. Come on, guys.
That's so valid. Who are your guys' favorite Super Bowl halftime show? Real fast.
The 2022 one, I feel like I've heard mixed feelings about it, but I really liked it with like Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent and Mary J. Blige. And Eminem was in it. I think Eminem might have been the headliner for it. I don't know. But that one was iconic, and I really enjoyed it because all the songs, I knew all of them. And it brought me back to like, I was born in the early 2000s, but I wasn't living through them.
Yeah.
But I feel like people were listening to those songs very often.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I feel like this is good
Yeah.
for the people watching right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't remember that show, mainly because I don't think I watched that Super Bowl to begin with. I think it was against the Bengals and the Rams, and I didn't really care too much about those teams, so
Fair.
I don't remember that Super Bowl halftime show at all. But it seems like it was pretty dope, you know.
I couldn't even tell you who won. I just remember, I literally just remember the performance.
Yeah, that's valid. What about you? What's your favorite show?
I also enjoyed that performance.
Mhm.
Even more so after the performance because of all the speculations I was going through. Because I know Snoop Dogg wore some things that like he wasn't supposed to wear because he was boycotting some things, and kind of just said, "Forget you all. I'm doing what I'm doing."
Right.
And
Yeah.
I just liked all the jokes that were like they're all high throughout the whole show too. But like
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
Yeah. I had no idea that was such like a big, like, conflict with interest type of thing, like them boycotting something and wearing, like clothes
Yeah.
that could be controversial and stuff like that.
Well, they're like boycotting the police group or something like that because it was it was
okay.
that year
It
that
was
I
like
think.
during around that time where, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I enjoy when they do that too. When they like, I don't know, because the J-Lo and Shakira one too. I think they might have made a political statement,
Hmm.
and that's like cool. I don't know if it does anything for the cause, but like, nice that you're putting your thoughts out there.
I mean, it's definitely getting like you said, the word out there, and it's like important for people to, still remember like current events and important events that are happening right now. And we don't have to dive too deep into that, but I do think it's important for athletes and even celebrities to just use their platform for spreading the word and spreading good and stuff like that. My personal favorite halftime shows were Super Bowl 50 with Bruno Mars, Beyonce, and Coldplay. I thought it was funny because Coldplay was the headliner, and then Beyonce and Bruno Mars just like completely
Stole the show.
and like I remember it was Beyonce on one side and then Bruno Mars on the other side, and they were having a dance off while Coldplay was just in the back just like dancing.
Too good.
I was like,
I remember that.
I was like, Coldplay was just there for
They were
for
just
a
like
good
playing
time.
the instruments and stuff.
Yeah,
And they had like a light show in the back, I think.
yeah, something like that. But I'm also just biased because I really love Beyonce,
Real.
and so, yeah, that was probably one of my favorite ones. My other favorite one is probably Katy Perry. I think it was like 2015 when she performed the Super Bowl halftime show. And she like came out on that big old like lion, and she was like, "You're gonna hear me roar," and the lion just like went roar. I thought that was so cool. And then, do you guys know the meme of that halftime show? It was like, it was a person in a shark suit, and he like completely forgot his choreography, so he was just like, he was just dancing.
Yeah, I think I've seen
and,
that clip.
and doing whatever he wanted, and that's also just like kind of an iconic pop culture moment, like in sports. Just and that meme was like all over Twitter and Reddit and everything like that. So
Yeah.
like whoever that person was, he was famous for a very a very long time. And with that, the 3 highest viewed Super Bowl performances were all performed by females, which I think is actually pretty cool.
Dub.
First one was Rihanna from the latest Super Bowl with 118.7 million views.
Whoa.
And then Katy Perry comes in second with 118.5 million views. And then none other than Lady Gaga herself in 2017 with 118 million views.
Did you watch that one? Do you remember that?
Oh, I very much remember that one. She was on top of the stadium and she was like, "Injustice for all," and she just jumped down and stuff like that. And then, like at the beginning of the show, it had like an entire drone show while she was like saying the national anthem. It was kind of like it was kind of epic.
That does sound pretty epic, but I could not recall. That's crazy. I thought the earliest memory I had of a Super Bowl halftime show was Katy Perry.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's real.
No, Lady Gaga's performance was really good. And it's like what you said earlier. It's about like how for a Super Bowl performance to be so effective where you're talking about it like very like a long time after. I still see clips of the Super Bowl halftime show of Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show on TikTok still. And it's been like 6-7 months since her performance. And I
still see the Katy Perry clips.
Yeah.
Like to this day.
Yeah.
So
I love Rihanna's halftime show. I thought it was pretty good. So finally, for this topic, Usher was announced the official
headliner
performer for next year's Super Bowl. What are your guys' thoughts on that, and who do you think he should bring out?
I love Usher so much. He's such a good person. I feel like he's like on social media, they're like talking about him a lot more now, and he seems like a good guy. Like, and he's a classic. Like,
he's been in the game for a while.
Early 2000s, I was not living through it, but sounds like a great time for music, and I think he contributed to that. And I love that we're giving him his flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. What songs do you want him to perform?
Caught Up. And
yeah.
The Justin Bieber song you had mentioned earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know the title.
I don't know the title of it either, but I think bringing Justin Bieber out would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Do you guys have guesses of who you think he'll bring out?
Oh, I kind of want to see the Justin Bieber combo, or I don't know. This is just out of the blue, but I really want to see SZA perform. I really want to see SZA perform the halftime Super Bowl. I think that'd be epic.
I don't even think. Do they have a song together?
No.
I mean, maybe.
They can make one.
Yeah. Wait, I wanted to play a this or that for like the Usher lineup. Like, so if you could make the lineup yourself, like which song would you prefer?
Okay.
So like, Yeah, or My Boo. Preferences? Which one would it be?
Oh, I'd have to do My Boo. That one's
Okay.
pretty good. My Boo. I like that one.
Classic.
Yeah.
Kind of agree.
Really?
It's kind of like a very known thing.
It also turned into like an audio on TikTok that everyone used.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Really get the Gen Z's attentions though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then DJ Got Us Falling in Love or Without You, which is he's featured on it, but like he stole the show on that one.
DJ's Got Us Falling in Love is kind of a staple in the music industry, so like he just has to play that one. I feel like.
Honestly, yeah, it just takes me back to like Just Dance.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then OMG or Caught Up.
OMG all the way. Yeah.
Honestly, either.
I'm gonna say Caught Up because that song goes crazy. Like I get to see like a bunch of people dancing to it, like taking up all the field. It'd be epic.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so with that, we are going to take another commercial break. Don't you go anywhere. We will be right back, and we will talk about commercials and medias with athletes involved in it, so don't miss anything. Stick around.
Get the good times rolling at the Union Bowling Center, open 7 days a week with parking across the street at the corner of Clark and Holden. With entertaining party packages and bowling leagues, you're sure to have a great time at the UCM Union Bowling Center. Reduced rates for UCM students and employees with a valid ID. Enjoy great bowling and a friendly staff at the UCM Union Bowling Center. Like and follow us on Facebook for specials and updates.
RISE believes that each individual deserves the right to seek their own perfect life. A life full of hope and empowered by self-choice. Come meet our family. Come watch us live. Watch us work. Watch us play. Watch us rise.
This is our stomping ground,
where we lead, innovate, and transform.
Where we invest in a future that invests in us.
When things get hard, we go harder.
When others back down, we take charge.
We are driven, devoted difference makers.
We know what it means to stand out from the rest of the pack.
We don't just put in the work, we're made for it.
We are Mules and Jennies.
Welcome to our stomping ground.
WK has been serving Central Missouri for over 100 years, a family atmosphere driven by 4 generations of ownership. Whether you're in the market for a car, truck, or SUV, our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff is here to assist with your next vehicle purchase. Or if your current vehicle needs maintenance, our award-winning service department with master certified technicians will work on any make or model. We want you to join the WK family and see why it's a great day at WK. Visit WKFamily.com or come see us in Sedalia and Booneville.
Welcome back. We are going to move on to our third topic for this episode, which is going to be about athletes and media. Sometimes athletes love adventuring outside of the world of the sport and the game itself, especially Patrick Mahomes. We see he's in like every Hy-Vee, Subway, State Farm commercial. So have you guys seen any celebrities in like TV shows or commercials or anything like that, or movies?
The ones that came to mind was Michael Jordan in Space Jam.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently LeBron James produced, there's this movie called House Party, and apparently he produced like a sequel, prequel, an extension of it. And he like performed in it as well and was featured on it.
Oh.
And he was in Space Jam, the new one.
The new one, yeah. That's right.
I haven't watched the new one, but...
The animation style of the new Space Jam movie kind of freaks me out.
Why?
So,
it's like hyper real?
It's like like the uncanny valley of like the Looney Tunes and them being 3D. It just doesn't look right. But I have actually seen the Michael Jordan Space Jam one, and I really liked it.
That one is good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch the new one because I was like, nothing is gonna beat the first one.
It's not gonna beat Michael Jordan.
I didn't
Michael's
even try.
juice, you know. Yeah. Have you seen any?
So I'm gonna go with like the more known ones of like John Cena and The Rock because like they're
John
literally in
Cena,
everything.
that's
Jumanji.
Yeah.
I forgot what John Cena's in at the moment, but like
yeah, I was about to ask. He was in
Barbie.
the Fred movie.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
He's in Barbie. He's a mermaid in Barbie.
Ooh, yeah,
for like
true.
a second, right?
Yeah, he's in like 2 shots.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always like a treat when you see John Cena just because you see him like in WWE and then like you just see him like this uncanny environment that you don't expect them to be in because it's like, oh, you're in a mermaid tale. Okay.
Like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to have blue hair. You're bald. Like
sometimes I forget The Rock was an athlete because he's just fully.
He's just everywhere.
He looks like an actor to me now.
Yeah.
He's definitely pivoted, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, that was like in the early 2000s. Like, I didn't even know he was a wrestler until, or like a MMA fighter, whatever he was, until like maybe like 4 years ago, you know? Like, I had no idea. I just always thought he was Maui from Moana, you know what I mean? There are a couple of like other commercial things I can think of. Hulu is a big one, especially because they have like Hulu Live Sports, and they are partnered with Disney Plus, and so they always love having Baker Mayfield or Damian Lillard in there. And there's like a commercial of Damian Lillard having like a money gun and just like pew-pewing like money like coming out of it. And he's just like, Hulu Live Sports, you know what I mean? And then Gatorade loves having Serena Williams in their commercials as well, because she's a big sponsor with them and stuff. Why do you guys think these companies go out of their way and have athletes like be involved in their commercials and stuff? And like, do you think it's an effective marketing strategy by them?
I feel like it is because you have your one favorite player and you see them like State Farm or Payne Manning with the other insurance company. I forgot what insurance company he's with.
Yeah.
But it's like you're a big fan of them. It's like, oh, so Pat Mahomes, my favorite football player, is doing this insurance. Maybe I should go to that insurance too. So it's like that trusting face.
Yeah.
Familiarity. Yeah,
I totally get you with that. What do you think?
I agree. The one that you just mentioned, the Gatorade commercial, I think that they're just like, because Gatorade is a big name and Serena Williams is a big name, so they're just like, oh, obviously we're gonna do a collab. And they have to write them like a really big check too.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like having her face on there also does probably bring profit to Gatorade. So like
yeah, not only Gatorade but like her brand, her own brand.
Yeah,
herself.
it's like a win-win.
Yeah, win-win for everyone. Plus Gatorade's kind of good. I don't really understand why Hulu has Baker Mayfield as one of their faces, because he's kind of an irrelevant quarterback in the NFL. Like, I'm sure you guys didn't even know who he is. Like, he plays,
being like, so who is that?
like, he plays for Tampa Bay now, and so he was drafted #1 overall, so he was like worth the hype, and now he's like really nothing.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No.
Damn.
But we also see athletes in reality TV shows like The Masked Singer and Dancing with the Stars. And I personally love The Masked Singer. So, like, seeing athletes on there, it was kind of like, that's kind of crazy. Because I saw Victor Oladipo. I don't remember what team he plays for, but he's an NBA basketball player. And he was whatchamadig is what his like character was in The Masked Singer. And he had the voice of an angel, and everyone on TikTok and like Twitter were talking about it. They were like, his voice is like beautiful. And so and then we see like Olympic gymnasts Lori Hernandez and Simone Biles participated in Dancing with the Stars. I don't really know how well they did, but I think Lori Hernandez went far. And then the only other one I can think of was Cubs manager David Ross, who's like almost 50 years old, like was getting it down, and he was runner-up for Dancing with the Stars as well. So, yeah, I know, good for him. That's all I can think of. Can you guys think of any like athletes that were in a form of like a reality TV show or anything like that? No.
To me, none came to mind, but I honestly think they just do it because the idea of like a celebrity, like an athlete being bored and it's like, yeah, I'll go on a TV show. Yeah. It's just like so easy for me. Like LeBron James produced a movie. Like what?
He has the time to do that.
Honestly, though, if you see an athlete or some kind of celebrity on Dancing with the Stars or Masked Singer, it's probably because of a PR thing, because
good point,
they're either down in the dust or down in the trenches, whatever.
Yeah.
Because like Charlie D'Amelio, whenever all that happened, she ended up on Dancing with the Stars.
She-
Jamie Lee Spears this
that,
season, she was in bad PR things. So like Dancing with the Stars and those like TV shows are like perfect little PR things to this, put them back into the spotlight, kind
Keep
of
them relevant.
Yeah, I think sometimes it works. Like with Jamie Lynn Spears, she was on there for like a couple episodes and then she was out. But like it's like a big PR thing.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Do you guys think it like gets Do you guys think it gets like redundant to see athletes in all of these like TV shows and commercials, or is it kind of like nice to see like a familiar face like with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, to be like, yeah, like this means more coming from an athlete than just like some random person that they casted for a commercial or whatever? Like, what do you guys think?
I think it could just get a little tired after a while, but it probably just depends how many times. Like, I'm thinking the Patrick Mahomes commercials and like the football kids who like athletes who go on commercials and stuff. I remember when they would first come out, everyone would be like, "Oh, this is so fun," and then like my mom would always complain about them and be like, "Bro, why is this commercial playing again? Like, I'm tired of seeing this athlete's face."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I feel.
I personally think it kind of, at times, it gets kind of redundant in the sense of like, especially like State Farm commercials. State Farm has been having this like continuous sense of humor in them, and sometimes it's executed very well, but at other times I'm like, no, come on, that's really cheesy, and like it's kind of pushing it a little bit. But I mean, I think it's kind of cool seeing athletes and stuff in like movies or even in like reality TV. I forgot the word for a second. But yeah, for commercials at least, it kind of gets annoying at times. But if the script writing for the commercial is executed right, then I think it's spot on. But if the script is bad, then
it kind of also depends on if the athlete can actually act as well. Because like some of these athletes can't do a thing. Like they should stick stuff on the field.
Yeah.
There's also a reason why they don't do press conferences or anything. Like just stick to the ball field.
Yeah. There was a Subway commercial that had Patrick Mahomes, Steph Curry, Chad Henne, the backup quarterback for Patrick Mahomes for a while, and then the really famous tennis player. I don't know. But yeah, it was kind of just it was just executed poorly because the tennis player couldn't really act. So yeah, it was kind of bad. So we are we are all out of time, unfortunately, on this episode. We dived into different aspects of pop culture in this episode, and including athletes and outside of the game. Until next banter sesh, I'm your host, Holden Sampson, signing off.